Now, a baby gorilla has been born by caesarean section at Bristol Zoo. The operation was performed by a consultant from the local maternity hospital. Keepers at the zoo said they didn't believe the female baby would survive, but she's now 11 days old and doing very well, as our correspondent John Kay reports.
He's delivered hundreds of babies, but Professor David Cahill has never delivered one of these before. In his hands, a tiny newborn gorilla. He was called in from a local maternity hospital by Bristol Zoo when her mother became unwell and asked to carry out an emergency caesarean. He says the 3-hour operation was remarkably similar to dealing with a human being, although the end result was a little different. Hairier and about 2 pounds in weight.
What's it like holding a baby gorilla that you've delivered?
It was very special, very different. I've held lots of babies, but this one was quite special because even though it's quite small, it was doing all the things you'd expect a gorilla to do in terms of holding on to you, because they're clearly different to babies, and it had a really strong grip. It looked at me with those kind of weird eyes that it's got, and it was quite fun.
Mother and baby are doing well, but there were some nervous moments in the zoo's medical unit. The baby female, who hasn't been named yet, needed emergency resuscitation. But look at her now. 11 days old, she's thriving and being hand-reared by zoo staff.
How's the baby doing?
Very well. It's feeding very, very well and taking several feeds a day. It's still quite small, but it's out of danger, I think, in any sense, and it's doing really well. When I held it, it had a nice nappy on, so I was quite safe to hold it for long periods of time.
It could be months before the baby gorilla is old enough and strong enough to be introduced to the rest of the family here. And when that happens, the zoo says it'll have to be done very sensitively and very carefully.
For now, she's being cared for in private. No visitors, apart from Professor Cahill, of course. John Kay, BBC News, Bristol.